So we're going to narrate this art here on Jonesboro Road in South Atlanta. We've been able to put in an incredible piece of art that goes for about 600 feet. And the story here that the artists are unveiling, this art is starting with a pretty dark place and kind of graffiti-like in nature, and it's in this dark spot, and as you run along it, the graffiti gets a little bit lighter as you go. If you can look at it, it's pretty sweet. And then at some point, it breaks through in these really positive figures in light. You know, air balloons and sky, and there's even an image of a mom and of history of this place. But then it breaks back down again into this kind of graffiti, right? Kind of this idea that light breaks through out of these dark places. Light breaks through, but not completely. There are places and points and times where it gets dark again, and this art is trying to portray that. And then, as you can see, we get back to a light place, and the sun breaking through over the city, and the image of the tree, and in this really incredible way. And then we get again to this dark place, right? Kind of this idea of life breaking through, but then these places of death of parents, and turmoil, and those kind of things that happen in our life. But if we keep running and we keep going, here again we break through with these positive images, right? Then we see education highlighted, and we see children playing, and the neighborhood sign of the dove, and peace, and those kinds of things, right? Kind of even a longer period of that. And then we come back to a graffiti point, but a lighter piece, right? It's not as dark as the initial graffiti, not as heavy, although still probably a period of turmoil. And then we break through again into this light place, right? This place of wonder and sky. Then, like, what the artist did, which I love, is that they kept putting in these places, right? These points where there's light, and then there's turmoil. There's moments of peace, and then there's moments where we struggle. And if you walk around the mural and let its story speak to you, you'll see that coming through on this mural. And I mean, just we wanted to portray this story on this fence. We wanted to kind of put this idea of life and struggle, bouncing in and out, light. And when we get towards the end of this mural, again, we get back to community, right? We see all kinds of faces, family, women and men, and old and young, like kind of in here together. And then the artist has this piece at the end of like the city and this angelic being, this almost presence of God over our neighborhood, over our city, over our lives, kind of the end of this mural. Now, this mural does start in a pretty dark place with some pretty dark graffiti, and it winds its way through, and it ends in this incredible spot. Now, if you only looked at the front part, you wouldn't like this. And if you only looked at the end, you would love it. But it's experiencing this mural, experiencing the whole thing. Let the story unfold. We want to name this mural something like metamorphosis or progress, life, things that keep happening over and over. The darkness peeks in, but life peeks out, and eventually ending in a place of peace, and a place where God looks over us.